Hello, I'm Minch Penal. Today I bring you another video. Oh my. Today we're doing expanding on the Knights of Camelot, my custom Space Marine chapter that is based on Arthurian lore and mythos, as well as Bloodborne aesthetics. Today we're doing the Aspirants of Camelot, the new recruits to the Space Marine Order. Now, you will notice in this video I'm putting one with a cape. I will bring in lore onto that. Why? I know it's not normally done and it's not exactly accepted. I have reasons. Alright, let's get into this. Starting use Kibash, I grab, of course, the Black Templar Crusader squad. Using the Aspirants already provided in the kit, let's get to work. Assembling these molds are really easy. I love that the fact that they're like torso and chest piece are separate, so you can adjust them to a degree. I try my best to keep them relatively within reason of how the turban sits. Turban? I'm pretty sure it's a turban. No, turban's a hat, so it's turban. Bandon? I don't know. The cloth thing, I've forgotten what it is. I'm having a brain fart. I know what the word is, I can't remember it. I'm pretty sure it's a turban. Or turban. I'm pretty sure it's a turban. Can't remember. If you remember if you know what the word is, please let me know down in the comments section below. You will notice that I've just given this character a bolt pistol with an Astartes arm. There is a reason for this. I have done it as a sort of mark for the aspirants, giving them a little bit of armor because they are scouts. In scout armor, which is usually a lightly armored situation, but giving them that one arm with actual armor across it gives them a sort of shield if they need to. That armor will take a lot more than what their bodies will, so in a pinch that armor will help. Now you see I'm using a mace of this. Now all the weapons that are not Astartes are from the Free Guild Galleon squad, which is a 5-man squad of knights from the Cities of Sigmar range. I really like them. That's why I'm using them. Plus I got extra bits for them, so this works out well. Again, building aspirant number 2. This one here will be carrying a power fist. I'm not 100% sure if aspirants can carry a power fist, but this one will. But I'm making a modification to this power fist. I'm relieving the cables from the armored arm to give this dude a just a proper scout arm, just armorless arm, but it's like it's been just shoved into this power fist and it's just wired into the arm. I think it's a unique take on the standardized power fist usage, as it is an interesting look and I actually don't mind it at all. Though I do know some people are going to be like, oh, it's not lore accurate. Guess what? So is Knight Astartes. They're technically not accurate, but guess what? I'm doing them, so So are the creatures I'm going to make for this. There's going to be some heresy, so we'll get into that. But yeah, this particular character I like a lot because he's going to be sort of the brooder, the brute force unit. As his whole idea is to get in close, punch the crap out of the abominations that are going to be threatening him and his squad. And it's just cool because everyone there's nothing wrong with having a frontline brooder. Just a dude who's got a big ass power fist just ready to smack a damn demon in the face. Then of course, arm in arm, usually in a bolt pistol, because guess what? I can defend myself with an armored, with pretty much a bracer, because that will take a heavy swing a lot better than my arm will on its own. So works out again. I don't know why I'm justifying this. This is just a cool idea in my book, but it has got justification to it. Number 3. This one will be the squad sergeant. Or, well, I say squad. This is the aspirant with the most training. As I like to, well, I say most training. More intermediate training. as this will be sort of the captain of, well, not captain, but like squad leader for the aspirants I'm going to be building, because I am planning on buying more boxes of Crusader squads and building up kill teams from that. This particular aspirant is got some story behind it. You'll notice down eventually I'll add a cape to him. The reason I'm adding a cape to him and giving him a bolt pistol, a heavy bolt pistol on the left hand instead of the right, is because he's different. I'm putting law that the aspirants that wear capes are not only just aspirants, but also the sons of the fallen Astartes before them. As again, my Astartes, there are such thing as bio-Astartes. Astartes born from a father Astartes or a mother Astartes. Yes, I do have female Astartes in this because of this process. So basically, a Astartes can give birth to a child or help procreate a child. How they do that is due to their gene seed having a mutation in it that renders them non-sterile, meaning they are fertile. They can have children. The only downside of being non-sterile is that their reproductive organs stay human size. So you have got an 8-foot tall dude with a normal size, with a human sized package. And same for a female Astartes. I'm not going to get too detailed on that because let's keep it PG for YouTube. But with that, going down the line, they can have children. So a woman can give birth to a bio-Astartes, a very big child. Like I'm going 10 plus kilo child, so that's a massive child. I am deeply sorry to the women of this world, especially if you're human. Oh, I deeply apologize. But in bearing a bio-Astartes, one, you are the mother. Basically, it is very much so medieval times where the mother was a very strict, very... A lot of people don't realize that in medieval times, women were held much higher than men to a degree. If you are a knight or a husband and your wife said get inside, you are getting inside, and so are your kids. This is kind of where I'm going. It's very strict mothers. And very much so strict mothers because they are able to command a teenage Astartes to do as he's bloody told, and they will do as they're told. That's what I like about it. Now, I think I've got sidetracked. The reason this Astartes is wearing a cape, this aspirant is wearing a cape, it is the cape of his father that was either a sergeant or a special rank. And this is his cape from after he fell. This is usually very rare because, guess what? If you live in a Bloodborne sort of themed world that's in medieval times, a lot of aspirants and Astartes aren't getting recovered. So this is a aspirant that's father has passed away that was an Astartes, and that his armor and war gear have been salvaged and brought back to the chapter and handed down to the child. Now they're going to follow in their father's footsteps and so on and so forth. But these can also be given to daughters that are bio-Astartes. That's where the fun comes in. A lot of these gives me ideas to give relics or items from fallen fathers or mothers to their children to help them aid them into combat or give them a status symbol. Say the cape. He is now given that cape because it's an honor piece. It's motivation to push further than his other Astartes brothers and sisters, to push harder to become what his father fell for. Army painter matte black, citadel base dryad bark. So if that makes sense to people, and thankfully, if it doesn't, I do fully understand. I am a bit of a rambler. But basically, bio-Astartes sons, or bio-Astartes kids, parent has died in battle. Other Astartes have managed to salvage their gear and their relics and all that, bring it back to the chapter and handed it down to the child to then wear in an aspirancy, and then eventually in combat. AK acrylic color volcanic yellow. I use this to block out the colors for the cape. I am matching the heraldry of the chapter, which I do have to still try and make a decal for. I'm currently working on that one. But this one in particular, the cape will have to get a very specific one, because that cape is folded over. So we're getting on that, and I am currently working on actual decals in person. Army painter matte black, game color scarlet blood. I'm actually working on decals I've custom made. I had a fiber I've hired someone on Fiverr to actually draw me out a chapter logo. So this works out well for me. And because of the way they've done the chapter logo, I have to make it a decal because it's too complicated for me to paint. Mainly because I'm a terrible freehander, but that's out of the question. But yes. Army painter matte black. Plate mail metal. Give this dark metal, which is standard for my army. But yeah. Decals are on the way. I'm getting these sorted. I've got to try and make a custom decal for these capes, which will probably come later on. Or after the fact this army's built. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll get there. Where was I? But yeah. Aspirants are very well known to bring in weapons and tools that they've... Oh, army painter matte black. Model color white glaze. But yeah, aspirants are very well known for bringing in weapons or tools or gear that their parents used if they have fallen in battle before they were able to be assigned, or even mid-assignment of being an aspirant. Is it a hardship? Yes. Your parent's gone. A parent has died. It's never a good thing. And usually the aspirant is given a small amount of time frame to sort of grieve and then go back into war. Citadel base, Dryad Bark. Now the way I've gone about this is, if a parent dies and you're in active duty or in training, you're sent back for like a week, maybe 2 at most, to go grieve and do the funeral with your parent and with your other siblings or whatever the hell is left over. Bury your father or whatever's left of them or whatever they have been able to salvage, or even just a headstone with an empty coffin or something like that, because sometimes you can't recover the body. Army painted matte black, game color glorious gold. So yes, there are very much so grave sites that have a name but no actual corpse to them, which again, that is the act of Warhammer. You're not always going to recover a body. So they're sent home for a week or 2 weeks to do this funeral, then they're sent back onto the war, but with the pretense of speaking with a chaplain, to then give them the motivation to keep fighting and fight harder, just to honor their fallen. Army painter barbarian flesh, to honor their fallen. So like if it was their father, to honor their father and push past his rank or fight as hard as he did. If it was your mother, the same thing. If your mother was a Astartes, again, fight as hard, but if not surpass her in combat prowess. Fight longer, live longer. That's the sort of situation. Honor them by living. Army painter, barbarian flesh. Model heir, aged white. So that's kind of the whole chapter's sort of situation. If your parent dies in combat, you are sort of raised from birth to honor your parents by living longer than them, but in the same job sort of environment. Do all children Astartes achieve this? No. I can guarantee the guard children do not, but it's what happens. Model heir, dark earth. But a lot of children don't make it through because, again, Astartes are a rarity for natural birth. As in my lore states, every 5 generations of Astartes, the gene seed has degraded too far, so the 5th generation are usually, or more than likely, going to be implemented with, given the gene seed implantment process. Go through it. Model color white glaze. We'll go through that process and get integrated into the gene seed, giving gene seed, purifying them, and then go back into war. So that's kind of the idea of it. Now, I will say this, female Astartes, Astartes, have a better chance of giving birth to Astartes than, say, a male with a female human. It's just, I'm going off basic biology here. If you've got the mother usually has a better chance of giving that gene. Model color, white glaze. Army painted dark tone. So that's kind of my lore at the moment. But also, I'm actually recently just got my hands on the kits I need to do the chapter master of this chapter. Arthur Pendragon, the Hell Drake Slayer. Why did I say the Drake? It is the Hell Drake Slayer. And wielding a sword made by the soul of the demon inside of a Hell Drake. The soul being of the Hell Drake. Whatever fed it, whatever demon was inside of it. Its soul was forged into a chaos blade that their King Arthur uses. And every demon, monster, abomination he slays feeds that demon, calming it, making it easier to wield, but also easing his mind and the torment under that demon's constant berating. But enough of that until I actually do a King Arthur video. That will probably be soon enough. I think it might be in another week or two. We'll see. We'll see how this video does. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. And enjoy the review. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you want to see more Knights of the Camelot videos, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so you never miss another video. I am going to try and spread these out a little bit because I am doing a lot. But this is only one squad. I've only finished literally one squad and some Guardsmen. So there is more to come. If you have any ideas, leave them in the comment section because any ideas helps inspire me to do more and will help me do more. Alright, thank you all for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.